We're all set. Let's go ahead and count them down for game number one in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. I love Violet doing the 3, 2, 1 on screen there.
Hydrants isn't working. Oh, there we go.
That's fine.
Hydrant misses the double tuck.
Yeah, I tried that. I got that once, and it surprised me so much I couldn't do anything else. I topped out.
Yeah, and actually, a little bit of a fun fact. This is actually possible with DAS. You have to quick tap you have to quick tap whatever piece you want to double tuck in, and that is one of the sort of ways that DAS and like the higher speeds with rolling are actually even.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we did not get to see that today. So
it's hard to do. It's frame perfect.
It is really hard. So.
But yeah, we have pretty good start so far. Evesy with a bit of a lead over Hydrant as he has cleared the mess.
Otherwise known as Player 5.
Yes.
Yeah, we're still fixing up the player names here. It looks like everybody except for HydrantDude is normal, so.
Hydrant's name is Player 5.
And so while these players are safe, let's go ahead and sort of talk about each of these players here. Starting with the top match, we have Hydrant versus Evesy. Both of them have picked up rolling. Eve, I believe, is doing both hyper tapping and rolling, right?
Yes, currently a hybrid player. And I imagine we might get a little bit of a view of that at some point, I would hope, but we'll see.
Yeah, so HydrantDude, we all know, longtime veteran, sort of, I think also does a lot in sort of like dissecting the Tetris game logic, right?
Yeah, he's got a lot of cool videos over on his YouTube channel with like these little animated teas, and he talks about things such as like why colors happen and how the RNG system works, and it's very technical, but it's done in a way that people can understand. So and definitely something to check out.
Yeah, and it's basically all thanks to like Hydrant and sort of like that team that we understand game crash. We understand there's a little fun fact, which is, did you know that you cannot get more than 4 long bars in a row?
Mm-hmm. But you can get as many squares as the game wants to give you.
Yes. So there's little RNG quirks that are like.
Oh, hold on. Phloxae was getting high, but did get a long bar down the right side for the Tetris, so she should be okay.
Okay, perfect pieces here. Just needs a long bar. Hepps also getting up high.
Yeah, a bit of a drought forming, but it's very short. They both survive.
Both start surviving. That is a little bit frustrating, just having to get up high with just no long bars. Yeah.
All right, 320 for Hydrant, 270 for Evesy, and on the bottom, Phloxae ahead by a Tetris, 379 to 356.
So going back to our top match, HydrantDude, obviously, longtime veteran, has a PB of 2 million, which is 35th in the world. So that is pretty impressive.
Yeah, and of course, known as the first person to roll over the game to get 1.6 million points. Did that under his Jounce alias back in the day.
Yeah, which was like a big deal back in the day. Like everybody, obviously now we have it's like Blue Scooty, Alex T getting all of those rollovers left and right. But back in the day, that was a big deal because at that point, I believe the world record was 1.4 million, right?
Yeah. So it was very exciting to see the game be pushed that much. And of course, eventually we ended up getting Eric's Keller's game, and then we get the 39 super kill screen implemented, and the rest is history, as they say.
Yeah. So it's basically Hydrant has a lot to do with just sort of where the scene is now.
Bit of a misdrop there for Evesy, but that should be relatively...
Yeah.
All right, yeah, that's not going to come down cleanly, unfortunately, so... This will be a bit of a dig, and Hydrant has the lead by about 2 Tetrises, and we are approaching level 19.
That L is perfect for Eve. Just needs something
not
here.
A good
Needs a square and a long bar.
Yeah, this is not solvable cleanly at this point. Oh, very
that
nice,
is
though.
Beautiful. What?
Very minimal burns.
So beautiful.
And is finally going to get the right side open. Just needs a bar as Hydrant scores a Tetris. 511 for Hydrant, 422 for Evesy. On the bottom, 550 for Hepps, 533 for Phloxae. Phloxae is ahead in line, so lead's a bit bigger than it looks.
Yeah, but still pretty close at the bottom.
And here we go, level 19.
Phloxae goes in at 558.
But
misses that L to the right.
Was probably going for an L tuck there. Now needs a bar. Where is the bar? 14-piece
bar.
Bar shows up.
Barely.
Boom, Tetris. And Phloxae will stay alive.
That is not safe at all, though. Needs to get pieces to the left to burn this down.
It's going to be hard to bring this down, too. But she's starting on it.
Is maintaining a lot of discipline here.
Meanwhile, up top, Hydrant, 109,000 point lead on level 20.
Yeah, massive lead for HydrantDude right here, which is definitely what he wants. Because not only does he have that sort of like level to no, but
hold up a second. This is going to be a little difficult to burn out of.
That is tricky. One wrong piece can kill him right now.
And a lot of those pieces were not right. 26-piece drought. And he looks like he's going to get out of this. Hydrant saving the board there.
Okay, needs
but
something
still needs something for the left.
Gets it.
All right, there we go.
Something else to the right? I mean, to the left?
Ooh, dependency.
Oh.
And this will keep going. A long bar at the right time there,
Beautiful long bar.
Ooh, close.
But actually, look on the right. Eve is also getting up high, and it looks like she might still be tapping. So this is a little bit of a tall order, but gets the right pieces, gets that piece all the way to the left. Oh, my God.
Phloxae in trouble as well. 17 drought could be causing some trouble. Hepps has taken an over 100,000 point lead.
Yeah,
but she's got the right side open.
In a second, Hepps has taken advantage of Phloxae's dig, and but Hepps with a misdrop on the right.
Oh, Hydrant, yeah, that is a big wall.
Yeah, can he get a long bar? Gets it over.
Easily.
And another one.
Violet getting that long bar down for the triple, and it's going to get that right side open, but this lead is now up to 170,000 points. And she's got a lot of work to do here, and level 29 is right around the corner.
And keep in mind that level 29 is not free. So
Easy with a bit of a misdrop. Going to get the bar down the right side, though. It's going to open up one of those holes.
And at the top, also a massive lead for Hydrant right now, which is... So Eve is probably going to want to switch to rolling and I guess hope that Hydrant tops out now so that she has a much safer shot at beating it.
Oh, Hepps in a little trouble here right before the max out.
This is exactly what Phloxae needs right now.
Yeah, but it's starting to look like she's going to need 29 because she's at 223. Only 7 lines to go before the kill screen where speeds will double. There's the max out for Hepps. There's the max out for Hydrant. Hydrant into 29 at 1,039,000.
And it looks like Eve has switched to rolling. I think those pieces are moving a little bit faster.
Yeah, Evesy is just trying to survive. A little bit of a misdrop there.
And
Phloxae's board's breaking down, and Hepps will take game number 1.
Yeah, Hepps is going to be good for game number 1. And let's
up top,
kill screen at the top.
Evesy still trying to stay alive here. Needs to get stuff over to the left.
Waiting for the right pieces.
Okay, good burn. Nice 5 tap.
Needs a... doesn't get that square.
And the left side will be cut off, and Hydrant will also take game number 1.
So, GG's.
We'll start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. So yeah, when you're trailing going into 29, the pressure is really on.
Yeah.
Because you know one mistake and you're going to be done, and you still have to play aggressive to catch up.
And that's why it's so, like, we have like that sort of like advantage that players like Dangler have, is just like being able to transition consistently with like 1.2 or 1.3 million into 29. That makes the level 29 a whole lot easier.
Well, bit of a misdrop there. Hepps missing a 5-tap left, but we'll get a bar over it. We'll have to do some burning to get out of this.
Not the end of the world. It's just immediately clean. Wow. And yeah, Snap just burned down back to the bottom. Really great, efficient solve from Hepps there.
Very quick. But he's playing against perfection at the moment. 5 for 5 is Phloxae.
And a pushdown point, which we all know that is Sidnev's thing, who unfortunately couldn't make it this year. So sort of Sidnev's legacy living on with that one pushdown point. Yeah.
Hydrant went 6 for 6 as well, so Hydrant with a big lead up top is Phloxae's board getting into a little bit of a situation with a 20 drought and counting.
And Phloxae also having to dig, gets that long bar.
Okay, that was it. That was good. Gets the L and will open up the right side, and boom, Tetris for Phloxae. Meanwhile, up top, Hydrant is just running away with it early on. Has about a 3.5 Tetris lead in pace, but has a really weird burn to make here. But gets it done. Very nice.
Very well done from Hydrant. Currently 210 for Hydrant, 154 for Eve. So a little bit of a lead showing right now for Hydrant. Maybe it could be the rolling playing a little bit of an advantage here.
Indeed. Phloxae, a misdrop to the left.
Oh,
she's going to have to get something over that somehow.
That is precarious.
Get some good pieces, actually, but that L over there is not going to help much. But now is getting this down a little bit.
Gets that L all the way to the left.
Perfect. And this board is coming down. Phloxae survives.
Avoids topping out on level 18.
Okay, I cannot
well, for now.
That, yeah.
For now. But making good work of the stack for the moment. Let's just hope that
bar
she can
dependency.
Keep it going.
Covered the well just as the bar showed up. A respect 18 moment, yeah.
Yeah. Like, 18 is not easy for anyone. Oh, those are not great pieces.
Well, this just got spicy.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh,
no, that's
dead drop of the T will probably
yeah, and that's
do
going
it.
to be done.
Hepps will be up 2-0.
Really unfortunate pieces at the very end for Phloxae.
Oh.
Means that Hepps is now one game away from taking it and moving on to the top 32.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, up top, Hydrant has an 80,000 point lead, a little more than halfway through level 18.
But his board is not the best right now, not Tetris ready.
Yeah, that S was nasty. And
nice
put
S-spin.
an S spin where a T spin was supposed to go. Man. Tetris for Evesy. And Evesy has almost fought all the way back and is looking to take the lead here and will do so with this Tetris.
Yes. Now Eve is in the lead. Hydrant still can't score Tetrises, so...
All right, let's go ahead and count down the bottom. We'll start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris.
Oh, a little bit of a misdrop for Eve,
yeah.
which... Since Hydrant is clean now, that means that Hydrant might be able to take that advantage back, that Eve scoring those Tetrises while he was digging, but now sort of returning the favor a little.
Oh, this should be a fairly quick clean out, though.
Yeah, looking a lot better than the board that Hydrant had for his dig.
JL combo there was perfect.
Yeah,
and
beautiful,
Evesy's out of
beautiful.
it. So,
And there's a Tetris for Eve. Hydrant at 545, 454. So sorry about that. Eve at 421. So
level 19.
Kind of neck and neck.
478 transition for Hydrant. You know, at this level, you usually see higher transitions, but sometimes the pieces just don't allow it. So,
yeah, and
with both players getting into a dig, neither of them's going to hit a 500 transition. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what your transition is. It matters that you have more points than your opponent.
Yeah, and so it matters just the stat. Oh, no.
Oh, no, that's a bad misdrop from Evesy.
And it looks like...
Not going for the flat burn with a bar there, but he is able to fill out the left side.
Did she switch to rolling? Those pieces are looking... Okay,
Maybe.
She nodded. I think that means that, yes.
And she has gotten all the way to the bottom. That was scary. Great dig from Evesy.
Yeah,
Boom,
great
Tetris.
roll switch there from Eve. Wow.
Man.
Like, that... Being able to switch to the faster playing style so quickly to just maneuver.
Double flip.
Oh, no, but...
All right, 27. Oh, there we go.
Oh, no. And this is not the best pieces to be getting right now.
Bar will show up.
That is going to burn, but...
That was actually a really nice solve there with the delayed burn. However, this is not looking good now. Oh, and that's it.
No.
Easy done at 520. Hydrant at 691. Will be good, and we'll take a 2-0 lead.
Oh, so two sort of earlier top outs here in both games. One on 18, one on level 22. So showing you that it's level 18 and 19 isn't always free for these players. It's like it takes a lot of skill to sort of manage the pieces at those heights, and Eve definitely made a really solid effort, but it just wasn't quite there. So Hydrant is now up 2-0, 1 game away from taking it and moving on to the top 32.
Indeed. Meanwhile, on the bottom, Phloxae's got a bit of a lead here, 372 to 311. That is a really nice score, that 395 there right now at 77 lines.
Yeah, and that is looking like, I think, like around 700K transition is like barely possible if you don't burn at all. But like it looks like Phloxae is going to burn a little, playing it really safe. So maybe not quite that 700K transition, that coveted 700K transition, but okay.
We are ready to count it down on the top here, so let's start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris.
Match point for Hydrant here. So looking very good. Eve going to have to probably turn it on here to take it to a game number 5.
Yeah. Of course, Hydrant, as we mentioned yesterday, very experienced former top 8 player. Yeah, can perform under pressure, so it's going to be hard to come back from this for Evesy.
But you can't count Eve out. Eve's still a very, very talented player. Like, anything can happen. As you said, ELO, like those ELO rankings, which sort of show how skilled they are, shows that they're very close. And so, like, Eve can definitely pull something out, but it is definitely going to be a tough task here for Eve.
Wow, look at those S's over on the left for Phloxae. They were up to like row 19 for a second there.
That is insane. And that does help with those 5 taps to the left. The 5 taps, probably one of the trickiest things to do with rolling.
All right, so 40,000 point lead for Hydrant. And it's neck and neck on the bottom.
And actually,
about to hit level 19 on the bottom. Hepps going to clean up the board before going in. So 554, 579 for Phloxae.
This is neck and neck. And so sorry, I got distracted by what was going on Classic Tetris 1. It looks like there's like a pretty close finish. Well, it was, okay.
All right. So 606 Phloxae, 582 for Hepps. Both players looking for a bar, but looks like we're in a bit of a drought. Long bar does show up for the Tetris.
Yeah, both of them pretty clean right now. Just so long as nothing too serious happens, this could be a really solid game.
Yeah, they are piece for piece on the bottom as well as the same piece spawning. 660 to 637 is less than a Tetris. Boom Tetris for Phloxae. Hepps getting a little beat up here. I don't know if he missed the 5-tap or was trying something else, or 4-tap rather, sorry.
Needs that drought.
Yeah,
gets the right pieces to open up the well.
Okay,
gets
long
the
bar shows boom Tetris. Both players getting a Tetris there. 2.5 Tetris lead for Phloxae.
Yeah.
And I think that I feel like we're not getting a drought counter for Hepps. So
yeah, wonder if that's just like a capture issue or something. Huh.
Yeah. So we'll just have to keep an eye on Phloxae's side to know if there's a drought or not.
Hepps at 721 now, finally back down to the bottom, but not quite Tetris ready, and still not Tetris ready with that long bar. Just one Mino short, but finally gets another Tetris. But Phloxae keeping up that lead, just 870, 904 on level 25. This is going to be an insane score into level 29 if she can keep this up.
This is already an excellent pace. We're looking at a 26 max out potentially for Phloxae. And if she can keep this lead, can definitely force a game 4 up top. We got a drought going on. They're both fairly low on the board, though.
No, but gets that long bar over to the left. Oh, my God.
Phloxae in a little bit of trouble here.
Tap.
Eats that bar and gets the bar.
For that triple. Hepps, though, also getting in a little trouble.
Oh, not the right pieces there for Phloxae. This is dangerous.
Oh, no.
And that might... Oh, hold on. Still alive.
Yeah, don't count. Get that piece over to the left.
She is just barely staying alive here.
Gets
but
another
level
piece over to the
29
left.
is coming soon. It's only 13 lines away. This has got to come down ASAP, and that missed 5-tap is going to hurt. And I think that's going to be it. So Phloxae is topped out at 970. Hepps is in a chase down. Needs about a Tetris and a half, but it's going to have to do it on 29.
It is all up to Hepps to get those little few points on the level 29 speeds.
19,000 points.
That board is climbing, though.
Now
Can he bring it down?
This is not free.
He
The
doesn't get
square misdrop.
He needs
and can't get the 5-tap, and Phloxae will hold on and force a game 4.
Wow, that extra pace for Phloxae, that is what helps her hold on. Hepps just not able to score those points on the 29 speeds.
And that goes back to what we were saying after game 1 when Phloxae was trailing going into 29, but this time having the lead, and that forced her opponent to try to go aggressive.
And so that shows.
Up top, I was just about to say Evesy was in a bit of a dangerous situation, but did get a bar for a Tetris. And they're transitioning to 19 up there. 564 for Hydrant, 463 for Evesy.
And we got some Phloxae fans in the audience.
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of it
Phloxae,
behind me.
Telling her just two more games.
Yeah, I think it's the gentleman in the barbershop hat behind me that's making all the noise. All right, so just waiting on countdown over here. We are ready to go. Let's count them down for game number 4 in 3, 2, 1.
Tetris. And as we were doing the countdown, Hydrant got a crucial left well Tetris.
Yeah, I saw that.
Well done.
And it was a clean transfer to the right, too. So.
Yeah, but
now
really bad pieces now, so isn't really able to capitalize on it.
25 pieces. And finally we'll get the bar and we'll bring that down. That has allowed Evesy to catch up. It's only about a Tetris and a half difference.
But now Hydrant in scoring position. So, and as we've seen, Hydrant able to maybe play a little bit more efficiently than Eve.
Ooh.
And so this might not be good for Eve, but we don't know. Anything can happen on these speeds.
Tetris for Evesy. And there's
Tetris
a Tetris
for Hydrant.
So it's about a 74,000 point lead right now.
Oh, those pieces are so bad right now for Evesy.
Ooh.
Not helping that stack at all. Is going to have to burn a little bit.
Evesy trying to get the pieces over. A little bit of pole vaulting action happening.
Looks like still tapping right now. Hasn't quite made the switch.
All right. So Evesy has cleaned it up.
And yes, but Hydrant now with a 100,000 point lead as a result of just
Hepps
one
is
dig.
really high here. Hepps needs something for the right, and the left is not very well filled out, but it is filled out enough.
Oh, no, look. Look at that square.
Oh, no,
Didn't make
that
it.
square's in a bad spot.
He's
He
going to
needs the bar
need
now.
something. Where are the pieces?
Hepps is surviving this, though.
And
Oh,
that
no.
is not good for Hepps.
Oh, that is
Hepps
very high.
getting the pieces,
He
though.
is still staying alive.
Getting the pieces,
Are
though.
you kidding me?
Oh, my God. It looks like he might get...
He is
no.
he's out of this.
He's going to get out of
He's
that.
out of this.
Wow.
And there's the bar. Boom, Tetris for
Really
Hepps.
well done for Hepps. Just barely surviving that. Could have
Unbelievable.
easily topped out if the wrong piece came.
I think that was 18 high in the middle.
Yeah.
Like, how do you get out
wow. Over on the top, Hydrant has maxed out. Eve at 859, 2 lines away with 1 misdrop. That is not good right
of
now.
that? Oh, this is bad for Evesy. Needs a bar. There's the bar.
There's
We'll
the
get double,
bar.
but now needs a 5 tap to the left on 29.
Gets it.
And another one.
Oh,
they can't get
no. Wait, no. That's Skim?
Is that? Oh,
Needs-
this is
really
gonna be
good
rough.
piece, though.
Yeah,
Oh,
piece
no.
doesn't make it over, and Hydrant's going to take it
In a
3-0.
sweep.
So GG's to Hydrant, and Evesy certainly with a valiant effort.
Yeah, really great showing from Evesy in her debut CTWC. Congratulations. But it will be Hydrant moving on to the top 32 yet again.
Indeed. Meanwhile, on the bottom, we have our 4th game still going. Even through that dig from Hepps, Phloxae only has an 18,000 point lead and the worst board at the moment, although that square for Hepps is a little concerning, but he'll bring that down and dig that out in short order.
And, oh, Phloxae, is she going to go for it?
Oh, no, not during this drought.
Oh, but...
Oh, whoa, no.
Oh, no.
Bar goes over.
Gets the bar. The next bar. Oh, my God. And now it's looking a little scary.
Oh, that square is badly timed. That is an awful pit in the middle there.
Yeah.
And
Those
another
pieces-
drought coming in.
Gets the bar, thankfully. But this
Oh my
is...
God. There's the bar. Needs something left. Just throws a square over there.
Gets that
Oh,
J.
there's a bar finally coming at the right time.
Wow.
You
But-
know, Hepps hasn't taken much advantage of this. It's only a 21,000 point lead. So
Yeah.
if Phloxae can get out of this relatively quickly here, it's not going to be as bad as you might think. There we go. We got them on the full screen here.
Phloxae still trying to work on this stack. But those pieces are... Those are great pieces.
Oh, nice.
And
She
Yes.
should be able to get out of this here with that
she's
L.
going to be out of it and gets the Tetris.
Boom, Tetris for Phloxae.
What a dig for Phloxae. Keeping things alive here.
And at the perfect time, too, as we're about to transition to level 19.
Yeah, just 5 lines away for Phloxae, 1 Tetris away for both of these players, and those 2 long bars are great. Phloxae transitions at 426.
And Hepps about to transition here with the next double, 463, a Tetris and a half ahead. Here we go, level 19.
Those pieces are not quite great for Phloxae here.
He's going to have to deal with this dependency, and does.
Yes, but misses that T to the left. Really needs a long bar now.
There it is.
Gets
Boom
it.
Tetris and gets the one to the left. So she'll stay alive, but Hepps is taking advantage of this. Couple Tetrises, 86,000 points ahead, but misses the S flat to the left.
So this is going to have to burn a little. Phloxae making some pretty creative decisions. Could actually, oh no, but
yeah,
misdrops a couple of other pieces. So now both of them are in a little bit of a dig. Yes. I would say Hepps' board is definitely a lot cleaner here. Oh, but no.
Oh, no.
He gets the next one. No, but look on the other side.
Oh, finally the 5-tap works for Phloxae.
Phloxae gets 2 bars over. That is some insane rolling. Oh, my word. What a dig for both of them.
And Hepps is out of the dig first.
Phloxae needs a bit more to be able to score a Tetris.
Phloxae going to try to take care of that hole, but we'll hit the bar down for the double.
Yes.
And it's going to stay alive here.
A setup for the center well. Wants that long bar, probably.
Where is this bar?
Where is it?
There's no bar.
Another drought. No.
And the bar comes way too late.
And now Hepps with a 100,000 point lead.
But the good news is Phloxae's down to the bottom and clean again. So still alive. We'll get the Tetris there. Back by 4 Tetrises here on level 25.
Hepps gets another Tetris, going up to 704.
And 547 for Phloxae. Looking for the bar right. There it is. Boom Tetris.
Okay, really nice burn there. Stays open.
Missed the L left there. So it's now burning towards the middle of the board.
Stuck in another situation.
Oh, no. SZ burst.
This
is hard.
That is tricky.
Oh
no.
Misses the T, but gets the other one. Still okay.
Okay, gets that T over.
Oh, but no. Can't get the bar around. And that's going to be it.
Phloxae is done, and Hepps, with a 200,000 point lead, is going to take it 3 games to 1.
So congratulations to Hepps. We'll move on to the round of 32.
And let's see what Hepps does here. Closing in on transition. Let's see if he can eke those points out on kill screen and get that max out.
Now let's see. There's the bar. There's the Tetris.
925. Got that square all over to the right.
That was 2 bars.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, close enough.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah,
it's just not. But 936, and it will be enough to move on to round 1. So
GG's. And again, great showing from Phloxae, making it to the top 48. And also great survival, showing us that she is a player to watch out for going forward.
Absolutely.
Hello everyone, it's your favorite underwater host Sharky here, and want to say hope you all enjoyed the matches. Now, I wanted to make one correction from the last lore drop. I did mispronounce one of the players' names. It's Evesy, not Evesy. So if you're watching Evesy, I apologize for that. But let's dive into today's lore drop. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I had taken in my notes a different order than how I'm presenting this, and I think that's because that one of the story of these matches is so unique that I felt like I wanted to share it first. So we're going to open up with Opox versus Redshirt, because there's actually a little bit of history behind this matchup. Now, Opox versus Redshirt is a match that has happened twice before. Once in CTWC 2022, where Redshirt won in a decider, and once again in the WPO Championship in 2024, also won in a decider. Needless to say, Opox is itching for a win here in round 0. Opox has been playing competitive matches since 2019 in various gauntlet events, but would also have a strong showing in various events in 2020, including placing 3rd in CTM Challengers in June, top 4 in Challengers in August, top 4 in the Classic Tetris World Tournament, and would make the Masters event in December after placing top 32 in CTWC 2020. 2021 would see 4 more Master appearances in January, May, June, and September, with a finalist placement in CTB, followed by another top 32 exit in CTWC 2021. CTWC 2022 saw round 0 exit to Redshirt, but 2023 would be Opox's breakout year. Not only would he win his first event with a sweep against HydrantDude in the Blank Garage Regional, but would also place 2nd in the WPO Championship that year and top 16 in CTWC later that year as well. CTWC 2024 saw a top 32 placement after running into Sidnev, and of course Sidnev made it to the finals that year. Redshirt, out of defeating Opox a handful of times, has been a competitive player since 2020, and not only qualified in CTWC 2020, but was also one of the few players to ever beat Jonas Neubauer, before later getting knocked out by Neubauer late in the tournament, forcing him to place at top 32. Throughout the years, Redshirt has had some strong tournaments, with a top 4 placement in the CTB tournament in 2021, a 2nd place finish in Challengers that same year, and a recent top 4 in the 2024 WPO Championship. In CTWC, Redshirt has been top 32 the past 3 years. In fact, the only time that Redshirt hasn't placed top 32 was in CTWC 2021, where he placed top 48 after a decider elimination from Dan V. So the tale of this particular match is that Opox is looking for revenge, and Redshirt is looking for at least another top 32 placement to add to his accolades, and maybe even progress further. Now, let's talk about our other matchup, Naui vs Doge. Naui is a Mexican player that has been playing in competitive matches since 2022. They made their IRL debut in the CTWC Desert Qualifier that year, in which they placed 2nd after defeating Nevinator in top 4, but then losing to Miles in the finals. In their debut in CTWC in 2022, they qualified with a top 16 seed, meaning that they got to buy out the first round, or round 0, and that year Cheese was actually upset by Burb in round 0. Naui was able to later then sweep Burb, but then was later swept by Fractal, placing top 16. They also played in Classic Tetris League from October 2022 to April 2023, and then they were on hiatus in Japan for a bit. Naui this year in the Waku Waku tournament ended up winning the tournament, dropping only 1 game out of 5 matches, and this was up against highly skilled players like Corion, Green Tea, and then Suki in the grand finals. Doge, Naui's opponent, has been playing in matches since July of 2020, making his debut in the WPO Classic Tetris Open. But his first standout performance was in August of that same year in the Classic Tetris Gauntlet Season of Storm tournament, where he placed top 4 after being defeated by Tristop in a decider. Doge would also make 2 CTM Challenger appearances that year, placing 2nd in the one right before CTWC that year, which Doge would end up making the gold bracket, but would go out to Quaid in a decider in top 48. The next year, Doge would end up winning CTM Challengers August and would later qualify for gold again that year, but would go out in top 48 again, this time to Sidnev. The following year, Doge would have a historic performance against Dog in the Southern Qualifier, but would still end up placing 2nd. Doge would also end up winning another Challengers event in 2022 in March, but was unable to attend CTWC that year. But 2023 would be his breakout year, placing top 4 in the Heart of Texas Regional, winning a CTM Masters event, placing top 8 in Mega Masters that year, winning CTL Season 21 Division 1B, and placing top 16 in CTWC 2023. After a relatively quiet 2024, Doge is coming into this tournament to try and relive some of that former glory. But that's going to do it for today's lore drop. There is a bit more narrative in this upcoming match, and as someone that's there, I strongly recommend watching it tomorrow. So definitely tune in for Opox vs Redshirt and of course Doge vs Naui. Now of course, make sure to like the video if you did, comment down what you think of the matches, and if you want more, be sure to subscribe. And of course, check out the merch store for this year's CTWC merch. I'm your favorite underwater host Sharky, and I'll see you in the next match here in CTWC 2025.